This conference will now be recorded.
Hello guys, welcome. Let's start. So this is the part 6 and episode 2. In the last episode or last part, what we did was it was going little lengthier, so I just cut it to half an hour and I'm starting a extension of the last class. In the last class, what we did, we discussed about the VPCs, creation of the VPCs. We have created a VPC, VPC AWS Training 1, and I also discussed about how to create the subnets, and I have also told you how to create the internet gateway and attach to the VPC. Okay, now we are in step 4. In this part, right, we're going to do this step 4 and step 5 and repeat all the 5 steps for the AWS training 2. Okay, so that it will be like a experience for you as well. So we have just created our internet gateway and I have attached it, so attached to VPC. Now I have attached it to, if you see here, it is saying AWS training 1 VPC. Now the next important part is routing tables. So create a routing table with the name AWS training 1 -RT, means routing table, and assign all the subnets to it. Now you really want to understand how exactly a routing table works. If you don't understand this one, it will be very hard for you to understand how the traffic is going in and out of your VPC. Okay, now imagine I'll go to the google.com. I want to show you something. I want to show you, give you an analogy actually. What exactly is a routing table inside a VPC is nothing but, so I'll say highway signboard. Okay, so let me go to some images, good images, and let me go tools, get a larger size. Okay, let me take like this. Okay, signboard, since I stay in India, right? So I'll try to take something which known to me. Let me go to image. So if you see, this is a signboard, right? You can see like Mumbai this way, Hinjawadi this way, and Pune is this way, right? So and if somebody is not from India, these are nothing but Mumbai and Pune are the cities. Yeah, Hinjawadi is also a place. Okay, so what exactly I'm relating is, if you take a routing table, this routing table, right? So, or you need to create a routing table. Routing table is something like this signboard, sorry, is similar to this signboard. Imagine what I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually copy this image and I'm going to open MS Paint. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Now imagine I'm going to put something like this. Okay, I'm going to put something like, imagine it's a new signboard. Okay, so I'm going to put something like this. It's a new signboard and I'm going to put all the green in this one. What happened? Okay, let's try to do something else. What I'm trying to do is, okay, I'm going to copy this signboard to a new window. Now imagine you need to consider a AWS routing table as a signboard. Now imagine the signboard is empty. What I'm trying to say is, if the signboard is empty, what is the point of having a signboard? Similarly, you need to create a routing table. This is a default routing table. You can't delete it, by the way. I'll tell you how to delete. Let me put something like this. Create a routing table and I'm going to give it a name, which is AWS training 1 -RT, and I'm going to associate to AWS training 1 VPC and create it. Now I have created a new routing table for our VPC. Having a new routing table is something similar to having a board like this. Okay, it's an empty board. There is no use of this one. Similarly, see, by default, this routing table is empty. Okay, now you need to mention who are going to use this subnets, actually who is going to use this routing table, sorry, this one. Yeah, who are going to use this? That's why we're going to say this one, say the subnets which we have created, right? See here, something like, imagine what I'm trying to say is, this signboard should be used by trucks, cars, tractors, bikes, etc. For example, similarly, you are also mentioning something who are going to use this routing table. I'm going to say that edit subnet associations and says this. So why I'm only getting 3 by the way, where one is the fourth one? Subnets. We created a fourth subnet, right? Maybe I didn't properly created it. So okay, let me try to create one more. I thought I created it, maybe they deleted as well. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to copy this one, last one. So doesn't matter if I already created, if there is a bug or something, it will give me error. So no issues. So it's not created. So I'm going to create it. Okay. Now I have 4 subnets in the routing table. I just told you like, this signboard will be used by trucks, cars, tractors, and bikes, right? So similarly, this routing table will be used by these 4 subnets. Okay, I'm going to select all. I'm going to save it. Okay, done. Now, okay, fine. I told you that trucks, cars, tractors, bikes should use this signboard, but the signboard is empty. What is the point of having an empty signboard, right? There should be some signs to show which way to go, right? Similarly, I'm going to use Control Z. So I'll get my signs back. Similarly, it is showing Mumbai, you need to go straight, Hinjewadi straight, and Pune, you should go on the right, actually, right? So similarly, here also something called as a routes will be there. Here, by default, you will have a route called as 10.1.0.0/16. Okay, this is called a local route. That means what it's trying to say is, here you have 4 servers, right? I'm going to put something like VM1, VM2, just to make things easy. VM1, VM2, VM3, and VM4. I have, imagine, 4 servers in 4 subnets in all the 4 availability zones. Now, what exactly this local route represent is, if this server is trying to communicate with a different server, imagine, so this server is trying to communicate with a different server or a different destination. If it has the IP address, if you can see, like if it has the IP address of 10.1, obviously, right? See, imagine, what is the address space of this VPC? The address space of this VPC is 10.1.0.0/16, right? And each subnet having an IP range of, this one is 10.1.1.0/24, and you have here 10.1.2.0/24, and here you have 3.0/20. I mean, these are subnets, 3.0/24, and finally this one is 4.0/24. Now if you see one thing, every subnet starts with 10.1 only, because the main address space is 10.1. Similarly, whatever the IP address you give this 4 VMs, it will be inside 10.1 only. Okay, so what is this local route is saying? 10.1.0.0/16 local route means, what exactly happening is, it is simply saying, if you want to reach a different server, if it is ending with 10.1, it should be local. That means, in other ways, if you want to reach to VM1 to VM4, you can internally route like this. There is no point of going to internet gateway. What you need to understand is, if machines inside the VPC, if they want to communicate, right, they can communicate like this internally. There is no point, there is no point to go here and come back. Imagine you want to talk to the person who is in the opposite flat, right? You are staying in flat 1000, and you have the next flat will be right opposite to is 1001. If you want to talk to that guy, okay, there is any point to go down to the lift, go to the main gate, again come up with the lift, and again knock the door and talk to that guy? Doesn't make any sense, right? Similarly, so if these VMs start communicating among themselves, right, they can do something like this. There is no point, there is no requirement to go to the internet gateway. It's not required. That is what a local route is. Simply put, this local route tells every machine inside the VPC, if you want to internally communicate, use this route. Okay, now the problem here is this signboard, right? Imagine I want to go to Mumbai, for example, it should go this way. Similarly, this machine, right, VM1 or VM4 want to go to internet and talk to google.com. Of course, Google is not inside the VPC, right? Google is outside. Now we need to create a route saying that one, anything apart from 10.1 should go to the internet gateway. Anything, it might be 10.2, 10, but anything apart from 10.1, everything should go to the internet. That means we should say to these machines and subnets, anything apart from one, send it to internet gateway. That means we're going to add a route here. Edit the routes, add route. I'm going to give something like this: 0 0 0 0 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 slash 0. Imagine in networking world, right? In networking world, if you give this one 0 0 0 slash 0, if you give this one, that means anywhere or anywhere. That means if I give a subnet, if I give a route like this, and I can attach it to the, I can go select the internet gateway, and it shows my internet gateway AWS training one, and I'm going to save it. Now what will happen? This routing table is being used by these 4 subnets. Whatever the machines you are going to keep in these 4 subnets are going to use this one. That means the people, I mean the bikes, cars, lorries and everything, they're going to use this routing table, and they're going to use this signboard and this routes actually. See, green is a signboard. The Mumbai and Hinjawadi and Pune, these are actually the routes which you have mentioned here. Now what I'm trying to say, if it is communicating with the local server inside the VPC, you use this route. But apart from 10.1, anything should actually use this route. The moment you give 0 0 0 0 slash 0, you are saying that one, apart from 10.1, it might be 10.2, it might be 8.8.8, it might be google.com, it might be Microsoft, it can be anything apart from 10.1. The traffic should go to internet gateway. This is what a routing table is. If you don't add this route, what will happen is the server traffic, if you don't add that route, the VMs cannot go outside, and no one from the internet can connect to this server as well. There won't be any sort of communication. So without the internet gateway, we can't really connect to the servers in this lab. So there are other ways. I'm not talking about the VPN and everything. In general, I'm actually, the context is only this lab actually. In this lab, basically without the internet gateway, you can't really connect to a server. Okay. That is why it is very mandatory. You should add a route something like this: 0 0 0 0 slash 0 towards the internet gateway. If you don't give this, the server won't be reachable. Okay, right. So that concludes step number 4. Finally, I'm going to create a security group and allow all traffic. Let me tell you, don't worry what exactly I'm doing, because we'll have a separate class for the security groups. Okay, now by default you will have a security group. Don't worry, I'm going to create one, and I'm going to give as, sorry, not this one, I'm going to give AWS training 1 SG1. That means security group 1 SG1. I'm going to give same, I'm going to give select a VPC create, and I'm going to go to security group. See, don't worry what exactly I'm doing. You can ignore this for right now. What I'm doing actually, I'm going to give the name here. Outbound rules, you're not going to touch anything. Inbound rules, give same as the how exactly the outbound. Real time you don't give like this, but this is a test environment because we still not yet covered the security groups. That's why I'm going to give add a route, select all traffic and anywhere. You should not do this in real time, by the way, but this is for testing. This is a demo class, right? So save the rules. That's it. So why I'm giving this one, why, what exactly this, we're going to talk during security group, so don't worry. Okay, right. So that concludes all the 5 steps. Now I'm going to do the same steps again for, I'm going to give one more subnet for AWS training 2 VPC. Okay, 4.0. It will be like a repeated job, but it will be, you'll get the feeling how exactly I'm doing it. So this will be fast actually. So I go to the VPCs, do the same step what I did until now, all the 5 steps I'm going to repeat it. So create a VPC, copy AWS training 2, paste it, and IP address range will be 192.168.0.0/16. You can also give 24 also. You can also give 24. The problem is if you give 24, you will get only 250. If you go here, 250, if you go to subnet calculator, you'll get somewhere like 250 IP addresses. That's very small for a VPC. That's why we give /16. These IP addresses are free. You really do. These are all called private IP addresses, and these are free. You really don't need to worry about that one. Yeah, create. So done. Okay, next is subnets. We already have AWS 1 subnets. We're going to create subnet. We're going to say AWS 2 subnet 1. VPC is my AWS training 2, 2A, and the range will be this one. Create. Done. Now create a subnet. Name tag will be AWS subnet 2. VPC again, AWS training 2. This time 2B, and CIDR block will be 2.0/24. Done. Done. Again, create a subnet. The reason I'm creating 2 VPCs is because I want to show you whether there is any really communication between two VPCs, all these things. That's why, is it really secure or not? That is the reason I'm trying to create 2 VPCs and want to show you the difference actually. Okay, I selected 2C, paste it here, create it, and finally this is 4th actually, 4th and 2D. And create subnet AWS 2 subnet 4 AWS training 2 2D, and here we have this one. Create. Done. So finally we have 2 VPCs. Each subnet has 4 subnets. You can clearly see different IP ranges, and also you also have different availability zones as well. Now again, the next step will be create internet gateway and attach it to AWS 2 training IGW. Okay, good. So I'll go to internet gateways. We already have one here. If you see, this is the old one. I'm going to copy the name, create an internet gateway. By default, when you create an internet gateway, AWS 2 training internet gateway, it will be in detached mode. Let me tell you, if I try to connect it, if I right click and attach, right, let me show you, it is not showing the existing VPC. See, AWS training 1 is not visible because what I told you, you can actually assign only one internet gateway to a VPC. That is why, since already internet gateway is been attached to AWS training 1, it is not showing. So we select training 2 and attach. So we are done. Okay, next step is obviously the routing tables, right? We did that one for AWS training as well. So I'm going to use 2 routing table, copy this, same signboard. Okay, same signboard what I just did. So routing tables, create a routing table, just take it like this, AWS training 2, and create it. Now I'll go to the routing table and do the same things what I did for the training 1 VPC. First, attaching the subnet associations, select all, save. It's not recommended or really read to add for, but still we are in the basics of a VPC, so we just add everything to that one. When we discuss about NAT gateway, I explain why we need to add, why we can use a NAT gateway, all these things, but still we are in a primary phase, so we just add everything. And again, the route to here also 0.0.0.0. Earlier it was 10. Local route is 10.1.00/16. Right now local route is 192.168.0.0/16. And again, but anything apart from 192.168, we want to go to the internet gateway, which is this one. Save the routes. Done. And finally, we have the fifth step, which is creating a security group and attaching, of course, just creating a security, not attaching. Yeah, I'll go to the security groups. Let me tell you, when you create a VPC, see by default, see it's showing a default, it will create a security group. Okay, if I select this one, VPC IDs, it will show here actually, this one as well. So this is one which we have created. Yeah, so if you see group name and description, everything, so I'm going to use almost the similar name, create a security group. I'm going to give AWS training 2 security group 1, training 2, create. Just give the name. That's it. Again, rules as well, edit rules. I'm going to select add rule, all traffic anywhere, and save the rules. Okay, just like this. So that's it. This is how we set two different VPCs with different address spaces and completely different subnetting and different routing tables and different security groups and internet gateways. Okay. In the next class, we're going to deploy some EC2 machines and test the VPCs. So in this part 7, right, I'm going to deploy two machines, one machine in VPC 1, the other machine in VPC 2. So in order to deploy that one, we need to create something called as key pair. We're going to create the key pair, and then we're going to connect to those servers and test it out whether they are able to reach each other or not, all these things. Okay. Okay, guys, let's meet in the next class where we're going to test our VPCs. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead. And let me tell you, these are all the demo sessions actually. So I'm planning to start a training where you can able to take part in it, that one. So, and I'm going to share my email address as well as the training curriculum in the description. You can go through that one. Any questions, you can always reach me on my email. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day ahead. Bye, guys.